and that's what I'm saying. So maybe are we giving them more credit than they deserve in terms of their being organized, or are they really organized? But you're seeing that, like the situation with Weinstein and maybe other situations that I think that like the Sony hack, those things may, like you said, be bringing them down to where they have less influence than they used to have. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying that I think we've actually, because of the media and the creation of the media, and what would you say? Let's just, for lack of a better term, propaganda. We've put them in power too much.
We give them too much when really they're not as powerful as they purport to be.
Exactly.
Or make us think they are.
All we got to do is stop going to movies and stop buying DVDs players, and they crush it.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. Because whenever somebody brings to me, I've looked at multiple videos on YouTube about Illuminati, and that's probably not the best place to do, Illuminati research. But every time I look at something, by the time I get to the end of it, the person hasn't really said anything substantive. And I'm not saying that Illuminati doesn't exist. I'm not saying that.
It's all theories and guesses.
Do you know what? That made me want to make a song called "Theories and Guesses." Man,
because my thing is this: I'll keep it honest. I'll keep it real with you. In reference to, they say the Masons is a part of the Illuminati, whatever case may be. But see, the thing is, I could say the same thing when it comes to certain churches.
Please speak on. Continue.
Because in certain churches, what people don't understand, organized group of people that meet religiously on a continual basis. That's what religious is. We will meet on a continual basis a cult. That's the English definition of a cult.
Say that again. Wait, you said anybody.
When a group of individuals meet together for real on a continual basis, because meeting together continually in one group is religious. Or doing something continuously, right? I do this religiously, right?
Right.
Anybody that meet in a group of continuously on a regular basis, that's the definition of a cult.
Okay, but listen,
that's the English definition word of a cult.
No, let's
okay.
I want to say that. No. Let's stay here just for a second, because, and this is what I'm about to say is not a challenge to what you said, in as much as it is a challenge to the system that produces these words in the meeting form. If you look up the word white and you look up the word black, you see meanings. And when you look at the word black and how that is meant, that word black is meant, they add a lot of stuff.
Bad darkness.
Okay.
Yeah.
To do black people real bogus, right? So
exactly.
Yes. So the people who run or create the official language gatekeepers, whoever these jokers are, of course they're gonna say, those godless people, of course they're gonna say, oh, if you meet regularly for religious stuff, it's a cult. Of course they're going to put that in the dictionary and make me believe that.
But check this out, though.
Okay.
Check this out. Because when you get together in one setting, in one organization like that, as a sort, you're trying to get everybody to think the same way.
What? Okay. But see,
and not only that, I said that the occultism because what we tend to do as the industry itself is concerned, if it's not what we think it is, even though we haven't done our research, we tend to put a title on it that we think is suitable for our understanding.
Like what title? Give me an example of a title. Because that's an interesting thing.
Okay. Let's say this. What title? Let's just use weed for example.
Weed, WEED.
It's been placed on the title as a bad, horrible thing because people can tax it and do it their way. So they said put a tag on it to make everybody stop doing it, so we secretly can sell it to make our money. So now all these people are running around here like it's bad, but now Christians got to look in the face once they see all the medical research that is good for people and good for the limbs and arthritis and everything like that. Now guess what they got to do? They got to continue to say it's bad even though they know it's not. Because then they would feel like stupid fools. Because they've been manipulated by words. So now they're like, oh, I can't come back and say it's good for you. I've been talking all these years, for 20 years, in the pulpit, saying people going to hell smoking weed. I can't go and say I was wrong.
I see what you said. In other words, Christian or Christianity is not ahead of the game.
No,
they are. We happen to be in the game and kind of losing the game at times.
We're losing the game, not just at times.
Because I think another example, another pastor friend of mine, he said the same thing that you just said. Here's the example he used though. He said, "Look, we just gonna have to admit, as Christians, that we lost the homosexuality debate. We lost. We lost it. We look like intolerant bigots when we preach against homosexuality. That like that is, and him as a pastor is different from me as a person who just disagrees with it, not because of religious stuff coming at me or whatever, but just I've got my reasons to not be for me to not want to participate in stuff like that.
Of course.
But
of course.
him as a pastor, as one of those people who are sort of a person who's in charge of helping people shape their understanding of God, their understanding of the world, their understanding of the Bible. Who when I say shape, to help, week by week or month by month, they do things to, they're pastoring a group of people. People that are in those positions are different from people like me who are in the congregation and and is not necessarily well versed on all of the concepts related to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for him to say it is different from me saying it because I'm not in the debate per se the way that he or other pastors would be. So he was saying that basically what you said, the same thing. There's a lot of research out there that shows that marijuana is actually good. And so you'd be an idiot to speak. You'd be an idiot if you were a pastor for all these years speaking against marijuana, calling people, saying people are hellbound, to now swap and
exactly.
flip your sermons around.
Exactly. You're like a fool. Not only that, then they use the thing that, but it's a criminal. You're a criminal. You're a criminal.
Right.
But guess what? Now that a state like Georgia has decriminalized it, now what do you say? So now, guess what? It's worse to run a stop sign than to be caught with weed under an hour. So when you run that stop sign, guess what? You just as bad as that person smoking the blunt on the corner. Same boat, same hell. You'll be right next door in hell. If that's the case. So Christ, you just ran through a stoplight. Christ returns. You didn't have a chance to repent. You and Snoop down there, barbecuing y'all limbs.
He said barbecue. You crazy. That's hilarious.
No, seriously, this is real talk, bro.
At least the person with weed has a light now for their marijuana.
Exactly. Now you got to ask for his light. Bro, I need to... That's my point. See, What we've done, we've cement. This is not a word. Well, let's say this. We have filled our life with a bunch of semantics that we put on a smoke screen of what Christ is all about. So there's no growth.